Let's talk about the importance of this. I mean, 4 of your last 6 are at home. Like the importance of this match coming up on Sunday. What are your thoughts on getting this win in the stretch run here?
Yeah, I think we all know that all these games are very important now. We're fighting for, hopefully a spot in the, top 4, and so we can play at home. All these games are very, very important. So we're going in with that mentality. Yeah.
You'll have a bit of a hole in the lineup with Gianpaolo out, but I know when coach says that's going to happen, it's not a one person that replaces him. What's the mindset of the team when you're trying to replace the guy in the middle? It's a facilitator like that.
Well, JP's big part of our team, but I think we have enough depth on the team that we can, someone will come in and do a good job. It won't be the same, obviously we'll play differently. JP has a very unique skill set, but we'll figure it out.
You spent the last week or so with the Mexican national team. That was your first call. That was your first time with that setup, right?
Yeah.
How was it in general? And it sounded like you got to train with the senior team as well.
Yeah, it was a good experience for me. Being the first time, going, you're a little bit nervous. How are they gonna take me in, the guys, the staff, but I was very happy with the way they treated me. They took me in from the first day, like if I was there the whole time, and the culture was, felt more natural to me. Like at home, just like dinner time was later, just like I do at home, and so little things like that was, just made me feel like I was at home.
Did you feel at all like an outsider coming in, or did it just feel natural, like from the moment you showed up?
I mean, obviously I felt a little bit, disconnected at first because they know each other and I don't really know them. But after, I would say maybe 2 or 3 days, I got to know everyone, and then I felt like I was really part of the team.
And what was it like training, I don't know, against the senior national team?
Yeah, it was, for me, a little bit surreal because I watch those guys, every time they play, and I see them on TV. I've never seen them in person. And just talking to them, felt surreal to me. But I try to make the most of my opportunity, training with them, doing good, see if the coach will like me. But yeah, I just try to learn from those guys that been there for a while, see how they, how do they act off the field, because I got to eat breakfast, after training, and see how they, how they do things off the field, and just learn from that.
What's that do for your game? What can just being in that environment?
I mean, it teaches me how to be a professional off the field as well. I see when I was eating breakfast with them, I try to see what they were eating, what they eat before training, and then what they eat after, and just little things like that can help me,
What time is dinner time?
It was like 8:30.
Oh, okay. And this might be a little bit of an ignorant American question, but what was it like to have training and everything completely in Spanish, right? Or is there any?
I mean, I'm used to it. When Nico was here, Raul, even with Yamar, it's Spanish. So I'm pretty used to it. Obviously, it's different. They're not from Mexico, and all these guys are. The language is a little bit different. Obviously the words that they use is not the same as Nico and Raul. They use different language. Different words. It's not different language, different words in Spanish. But yeah, I just got to learn. It's nice, I'd never been in that environment, even though I consider myself, Mexican. I've never actually experienced how they train, So being able to be there for however long I was really good for me.
Was there like a phrase that you heard that maybe you aren't used to hearing here?
I can't say it here.
Oh, okay.
I can't say it.
Not safe for words.
It's not safe.
Nothing profane.
Not on TV.
So there were some phrases you just don't want to repeat them. Okay.
It's just
I know it's early. This is the first time, but you feel that it's a good decision so far.
Yes.
What about like you obviously your dad, your family's very into it. So did he have a lot of questions for you when you got back?
Every day, man. He tried calling me after every training to see how it was going. He's living it through me. And I try to give him as much detail as possible. He's always asking, what did the coach say? What did the guys say? So he's very excited. I'm very happy that I'm there and he can live it through me.
Your whole family's here now, right? In Seattle? Or
no, just my brother and my mom.
Just your brother. So your folks are still in like Alaska?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Were you I know you were one of few new faces that were there, but are you the only Mexican American there?
I am the only. I was only the only Mexican American there. I think. Yeah.
Oh. Late showing up.
With you guys didn't. Well, you had Reed had the red card sent off, but things haven't been as successful against Sporting Kansas City. They always seem like they're excited to play the Sounders in a sense. So, how much of a factor do you feel that past results can play? I mean, in Sunday's match.
Me personally, I try not to look at past results as much. I try to take every game differently. Every game is different. It's not going to be the same. But obviously, we've played them so many times and we've lost. We've seen how they've exploited us. We have to be extra careful, not letting them do the same thing again. It would be naive if we came into the game and did exactly the same, as last game and just lost again. So obviously, we learn from what the past games, but we try to, look forward and see every game as its own game.
Thanks, Obed. Almost mouse question.
I got a couple of dumb questions. When did you get here?
Monday night.
Okay. And what's been the integration like in terms of you getting on the team? Just practicing.
Here?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really normal. I feel like I've been here long enough where it doesn't, when I go away and I come back and it's the same. Yeah.
I told you it was a dumb question. Okay. Looking for, you got Sporting KC. I'm sure they asked in terms of that. But just how important is it now from here on worrying about you guys have to take, never mind the past or the future because you got a game on Wednesday, but just the game in hand and concentrating on that?
Yeah, I think that's how we try to look at every game in the season, even though we had the U.S. Open Cup games, Leagues Cup games, we try to look at the next game as the most important game. That's something that Coach stresses a lot. The next game is the most important, and we go into every game with that mentality, do take care of business and then move on to the next.
You still feeling good about the decision you made?
100%.